Edgy, I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought. You've been playing us all with all this time. Listen, I'm gonna tell you everything. You sure you want to hear it all? Yes. I may really say it this time. Everything! Then say it! Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this. However, let's have the witness finally give the whole truth. Now, with this 15-minute gap, where were you doing, witness? You want this? I'm a donum. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching! In front of the bridge! I whipped up in the frenzy of art. It was a shock and awe that I was feeling. I transferred it all directly onto the page. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out and then he came running up. I suppose artists can be strange folk. That's right! I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw a perfect sketch. Including the truth from the sound of it. Miss Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intended to drag the reason out of him. You'll regret this, Edgy. I'm a donum, an artist. What do you think I was doing? Tell us, Larry. There's Laurice, get it? Mistakes like that would keep you from being popular with ladies like I am. So who exactly are you? I'm Laurice Donum, apprentice extraordinaire. That's what he calls himself, in any case. And you are an artist? Of course, I'm an artist, the real thing. Yet again, that's what he calls himself. Names mean nothing. There's only one issue I care to discuss. What were you doing? That is a very big issue indeed. Sketching in front of the bridge. I whipped up in a frenzy part. So, sketching? The burning bridge? The burning bridge and everything else that came with it? What came with it? Want to hear this from my lips, do you? Do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. The sketch of mine is... Enough! Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that this instant the sketch is revealed, the entire world may be changed for what is depicted there. Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please. Well, even I couldn't have imagined it turned out like this. Imagine what? The Laurice Donum's debut would take place here today, like this. Ouch! Shout it now! Okay, let's steel yourselves. This is the world of Laurice Donum. What? So this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response was one comma. Yes, well, it's better drawing than I expected. Isn't it? Isn't it? Struggle to reproduce those flames, I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did. This is going to get ugly. No one has the bravery to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry. What? The burning bridge is fine. But what is this unfortunate looking figure? Ah! You spotted that? I thought you might. However much I might want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course! Iris! I wish she'd take better care of herself. You know, to plan her future, you know? What would happen to her if she was injured herself flying like that? Larry, please, answer this next question honestly.
Okay.
Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames?
Yep. That's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist. Real artist.
What are you? Hi! Girls, he's really high up in this picture. Oh. Ah! What is that for?
This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory.
Please win your own cheek for me, for now if you wish to test your wild theories. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly.
Actually, there is some precedent for this. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She's about 30 feet above the bridge at least. So it's something to see.
This has to be some kind of a mistake. Mr. Oswald, please bring the witness back down to earth. What? Me? This witness is your friend, is he not?
Accessory to foolishness. Miles Edgeworth.
Let us get back to the cross-examination, by force if necessary. Miss Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I've got another reason to remember this moron.
Well, what did you think of my debut piece?
Get that thing away from me!
You gotta be kidding me.
Now, hurry up and cross-examine him.
I was flying! White hood fluttering!
Just where did you see this sight from?
Hey! Don't need to shout! When I was lying in bed, it was run down shack. The crack of the lightning bolt made me realize the bridge was burning. I just watched it for a while from there, thinking how nice it was burning. Then after about 5 minutes, I saw it. The defendant flying? Yeah, that's right. When I was decided to go to the bridge.
I see. It all makes sense. Aside from the sketch itself. Yeah, the sketch doesn't make any sense. I just need to convince the artist that his work's ludicrous.
Shock and awe I was feeling. Transferred it all directly onto the page.
You transferred everything directly onto the page? And that is this sketch here.
Yep. Sensational, isn't it? Or should it be scandalous? It put my mind at ease anyway. It did? That's right. The reason she didn't come to me, even though I waited for her, was because she was trapped on the other side of the bridge. Could it be that Iris undertook that dangerous, desperate flight in order to reach me? It's gotta be it. Alright, go me. Ouch. Continue, please. Before I realized it, the flames had gone out and then he came running up.
You forgot the passage of time to that extent, did you?
Well, once I got caught up in something, I tend to forget everything else.
That's true. He's always been that way. I guess he's not lying about that, at least.
Phoenix Wright appeared at the scene after 11:15. If he was drawing until then, that dispels all doubts.
Aside from doubts of his humanity, eh? There's a big clue waiting for me in this cross-examination. His testimony does nothing less than mock the court. But I'm sure that there is a vital kernel of truth hidden in it somewhere.
Such as that hood.
You mean this one? Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care.
It's your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you the whole $1 if that's the truth.
If that is truly the case, then there's one thing that we can say for certain. What might that be? That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant Iris.
What? What do you mean? I don't understand. Ah!
A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement of an equally foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make that claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct?
Of course she was! That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me this floating angel was my Iris. What is my darling Iris? Iris is my darling hood! Ah! It seems there is a bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench.
Larry, there's something that you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight? What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why? Why did Nick have Iris' hood? Eh?
Edgy! What's going on with Iris and Nick? Why? Your dog!
Butts, please focus. I do believe that this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded, straight into the garbage. What is it now, witness?
It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today's the day I get to completely stupefy you.
What? The meaning of your outburst, witness.
I hate to have you do this, but I got some definitive evidence.
Definitive?
Evidence? Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Laurie Stoneham, shall prove it.
What? I didn't expect to ask this again, but we shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch. And show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually reality.
Okay,
Hope you're ready, Edgy.
because I'm gonna feed you a whopping serve of pain.
You've been serving us a whopping serve of your pain this whole time! Trust me.
When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. This led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night. Crystal sphere? This one. Pretty, isn't it? But finders keepers. The sphere, where did you find it? Let me see. Around here somewhere? Looks about right.
And it was half buried in the snow?
It's pretty much stopped snowing by then, but there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge.
I'm going to accept this crystal sphere.
That's mine, okay? I want it back afterward.
There's something on it. Isn't there?
Oh my. This is bloodstain! What? Bloodstain? You ready, Edgy? Tomorrow morning you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore.
Didn't you want to be called Laurie Stoneham for only a few minutes ago?
When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. This man's trying to have patience.
So you went to the burning bridge?
That's right, to meet Iris. She actually flew to get me. The least I could do is meet her halfway.
But the defendant was not on the bridge when you got there, you say?
I guess she went back to Asakura Temple. She's a girl after all. She must have wanted to look her best.
It must be lovely to live in a fantasy life of Larry's mind.
Actually, it's so depressing that I can't even work up the energy to point.
So, what did you do next?
I was so worried. I frantically searched all over for her.
So you searched all over for her?
She was flying pretty high, you know. I thought maybe she slipped on her landing and got hurt. Hey, it's more than possible. Also, when I headed out to the shack the first time, I was snacking on a banana. I was pretty sure I threw the peel away somewhere around there, so, you know.
Can one guy really be this stupid? So, did you find any signs of her so-called landing?
Well, I don't really remember. I've been falling over myself. Kinda lost it for a while there.
You fell over yourself?
Yeah, so was deep, and there was even a banana peel out there.
Yep, there's stupid, and then there's Larry Butts. The short of it is that you didn't find any sign of her landing, correct? Then what happened next?
That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere buried in the snow.
half buried. It was sitting in the snow, like a little gathered, with a little gathered on top of it. It was very out of spot, actually. I mean, it was dark out, too. Impressed. You did well to find it. No matter what you may think when you look at me, I'm a pro. Genius security guard. I used a pen light I borrowed from my company to help me in my search. It sparkled really brightly, just as if it were saying, "Here I am" to me. It does indeed look very much like the crystal sphere on Iris's hood. But I need to remind you that she was not wearing her hood that night. Pretty sure Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. Really? Each nun was assigned their own hood, and they were assigned only one. I don't know anything about that, okay? Iris is special, alright, dude? Even if she did steal a spare hood, I'll forgive her. This is getting us nowhere. Our destination for the day, it seems. However, this crystal sphere was found near the bridge. That is a fact. If it didn't come from the hood, where could it have come from? That is the question I aim to answer. After all, no one else could have lost the crystal sphere that night. Let me confirm this one last time, Larry. The reasons you thought this was Iris are the hood in this crystal sphere, correct? That's right! My gut is never wrong! I'm at that old bikini the next morning. The crystal sphere was still there, safe and sound. Indeed. She was wearing it in this very room early today. This case isn't going to the end without a fight. Exposing the obvious contradictions in this testimony will be easy. But I fear that all awaits us are further mysteries. I'd like to point out, there is one other person who could have a crystal sphere. And that is Miss Stoneham! Larry, that night, there was someone else who lost a crystal sphere. There was? Who? Who's a stupid idiot? Miss Elise Stoneham, the mentor of a stupid idiot. The victim? I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere. Hey! It's my photograph! Give it back! A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it in my brooch. They look nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime. Ah, the crystal sphere! It's gone! What? 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 Just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris. After all, she was not wearing her hood. More importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere is the victim, Miss Elise Stoneham? A fool alongside another fool, and the fool's errand to reach the fool's conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it is rejected. You can't do that! I saw it, my own two. And this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than red herring. You honestly believe that? Give it some thought, and I'm sure you realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Stoneham was in her room at the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all. Miss Franziska von Karma. The only people who will accept the explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. What are you pointing at me? The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case? The crystal sphere is probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder, there is blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent. The same reason that he drew this ridiculous sketch. What? You mean I'm the killer? Oh! Enough joking.
Just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless that can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe that it's related to the case.
She makes a valid point. There was no evidence that at least Donum left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Your response, Miss Edgeworth. I want your final opinion on this disposition of the crystal sphere. It was not related to the case the witness who you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time.
Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth.
But can I prove it? Can I prove the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? I believe... Yes! Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it, that's the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something for you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. You will do that?
And look in your eyes. You remind me of a certain Phoenix Wright when he is cornered.
And that should come as no surprise. Because right now I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered. I order you to present the evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. Well... it was half covered in snow. The crystal sphere. It was half buried in the snow, correct?
That's right! If it hadn't stopped snowing when it was, it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it.
That's all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? That the crystal sphere was dropped. It was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly.
Snowing?
On the other hand, let's look at the scene of the murder. It was proven earlier today there was no snow in the victim's body.
Oh.
Therefore, this crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder.
What? What?
Order! On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused this crystal sphere to come loose. What could it have been? The sphere. There's some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge.
Objection!
The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolutely foolishness.
Just who was the fool? And which part is so foolish, Miss Von Karma?
Have you been paying any attention to this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard.
Objection! That's not exactly true now, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body.
That's the same thing!
No, it isn't!
You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of the blade's insertion.
If you want to talk about the most blood would be lost to the body, that would be when the blade is removed. If that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge could have very easily been the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding.
You are forgetting one vital thing, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. At least Donum's body was found in Hazakura Temple. At 1 foot, it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all that way?
I've made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove the possibility it happened as I presume. Now, if the defense is ready, The court would like to hear an explanation. Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hatsukura Temple. Well, take that! On that snowy night, there was one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but it could have been used to carry a body. Order! Order! This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? You're too late, Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim at least Dotem really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about it? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. Objection! This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point.
Edgy, thank you.
That settles it, then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It's just as I thought. Franziska von Karma. You make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There was one reason, and one alone, for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright.
Really? That's what this is all about? You could have just told me from the very beginning. I wouldn't have had Frenzy with me all the don't! Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. It was my chance to finally grind you under my heel.
A shame that your chance seems to have slipped by you.
What a shame! This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You are an affront to all the legal system stands for. I demand satisfaction!
He's down. I can't believe that the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer to the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that shall be addressed. I'm counting on thorough investigations from both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned. So I managed to survive unscathed. Whew. And with that, I leave it to Wright. This is Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. And next time, we're going to be back to Phoenix Wright, who has recovered from his cold after falling down into a bridge that nearly kills everyone and everything that falls into it. Huh. Weird. See you next time.